Hello and welcome to Check Out This Guy. This is the podcast.
We just let you go for it. We're like, it's Emory's turn.
What was that?
You guys ruined the plan. We were supposed to talk all at once.
Yeah, that's why I went
This is the podcast where we've really got our shit together. I'm Emory. My pronouns are they, she, he.
I'm Quatre, and my pronouns are they, he, she. Gotta mix it up a little.
Ooh.
That's why I went, the person. I am Morg, and my pronouns are they, he.
Are you Morg for today, or?
No, I'm Morg. I'm just Morg.
Just Morg.
Just more things.
Couldn't think of what to say at the same time as Emory, so I went,
I completely zoned out and forgot that I was supposed to speak. A thing that you do when you podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Listen. We're all doing great.
We're doing amazing.
What are we talking about today, gamers?
About Canon.
I think we're talking about Canon characters and their influences.
We're doing the disgusting and immoral thing of talking about Canon characters on our OC podcast.
No,
it's okay because I steal them and I make them my own. So aren't you just a little bit my OCs?
Cool. You know, you're not wrong.
Thank you.
The author is dead. These characters are mine now.
The author is dead because I forcefully killed him and I stole all his shit, aka the characters.
Hell yeah.
Oh no.
But only the ones I like.
Dump the rest.
Dump the others.
Throw them in the ocean.
Yeah, so what are y'all's... Yeah, I guess we'll just kick it off. What are y'all's go-to sources of inspiration for your OCs, re canon characters?
God. That's hard, right? Because I feel like I always have like a hard time with even just like thinking of a character, or like if I'm doing a tabletop game, like deciding on the playbook or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times I will, I find myself doing characters that are like almost like good guys with like powers that aren't necessarily good. And I think a lot of the inspiration of that is because of like my childhood of being like very into Kingdom Hearts. And being very like, characters like that have dark powers can be good too, like Riku and Roxas and stuff. Like and you know, I think also because I was at a young enough age when Digimon Frontier was on, and there was a character that had like all the Digimon element guys. Like, for as bad as that show is, they did have this like element of like color coded for your convenience characters stuff, where they all have like different types, and like my brain was programmed for that already because like I was like, it's like Pokemon. It's like Pokemon but Digimon, but it's also like Power Rangers because they're the people. And so I was like, the sad boy with the dark powers. I like him.
Oh yeah, Morg, I'm hearing some noise on your end. Do you have like a fan going or something?
I don't. Oh shit! I'm so sorry. My window's open and I like forgot to close it. Well, sorry about that.
Okay, that's better.
That was fucking my neighbor's air conditioner is just extremely loud for some reason.
Yeah,
and that's why I usually close it for recording, but I forgot today. We're doing good.
Yeah. I was gonna be like, who's running the air conditioning? It's not hot out today. Then I just looked at my phone and saw it was 78. It kind of spiked in the past few hours, I guess.
Oh, yeah, it sucks to be you guys. But no, that is my carpet. You're not allowed to do that.
My neighbor is also like a bit older, so that I think they like run it sooner because they get hot faster, you know.
Makes sense.
Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, Dark Powers, Pokemon, Digimon, Kingdom Hearts. These are all things. I like elements. I like things that are like categorized, but like have broken out of the categories, right? Like,
Yeah.
I start with a category and then I'm like, okay, they break the mold. Cool. The light power but they're bad. Sick.
Ooh.
The dark power, but they're good. Also sick.
Hell yeah. What other Riku-coded traits have you brought into your OCs?
I like that you're targeting Riku. You're
Get
like,
his ass.
tell me your Rikus.
Well,
tell me your many
I would have said Koichi from Frontier, but he doesn't have any character traits, so
Damn.
Oh well, Emory.
have any of your characters fallen down the
no survivors?
Have any of your OCs fallen down the stairs and died? That's the only other thing that guy's got going for him.
It's so true. He was more interesting when he was evil, but even though I liked him when he was good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I was a child, to be fair, and I didn't know what good things were. I didn't know what was good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's funny because I don't play like I don't play like the characters that are like distant. So I guess it's like post found Reek, like they found him and he's their friend now and it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, like dream drop distance Riku forward, I guess. But I do like just a lot of the like the cool dark powers and stuff, and like sometimes they have just like past history conflict with characters, but even if they're like more stabilized now, even if they're like adults now and are fine, like even like Trouble, like in their background, they're like they had like a lot of messy like friendships and relationships with their characters. I feel like that's a bit Riku coded, and they're also like the one that ended up with the void powers.
Mm-hmm.
So using the power of the bad guy against them, like they don't turn into the Xehanort shit like Riku, but they do, have void power.
Yeah. You love to have a void power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also had a character in that game with light powers who was super fucking evil. Shout out to Sparkle.
Oh yeah.
My horrible little bastard familiar, I guess.
Yeah. It's funny, because, like, you weren't even gonna make them, but then you just were like, I'm keeping this character that Izzy started and making them worse.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta have a guy that is bad.
So true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just thought, wow, you got a bad boy on your hands.
Yeah, speaking of Digimon, I know I talked about my Great Pollen characters and how they're very Sonic influenced. There's also like a hell of a lot of Daisuke and Ken in from 0-2 in Vermin and Hellclaw. Just Vermin because they're the dumbest girl alive. And Daisuke is really just a beautifully empty head, just nothing going on in there, doesn't know a damn thing, doesn't have a single thought, and he's perfect for it. And then the And honestly, that's a lot more in line with with Vermin, than the Sonic influence, really. So, and then Hellclaw, is the obvious comparison to Ken, because they're so tortured by their past.
Mm-hmm.
They were evil for a hot second, but they're trying to be better and trying to reconcile with the consequences of their actions, as you do.
Happens
So
to the
yeah.
best of us.
Vermin and Hellclaw are like the Daisuke and Ken, and they're also like the Sonic and Shadow. And I'm just coming to this realization and really wondering why I'm not shipping the two, because it seems like that's the natural course of things.
Well, they are your characters.
They are
so
my characters,
I can see inside their head better than you could with, Sonic and Shadow, Ken and Daisuke. You kind of have to grasp at straws, and there's, probably more of a, longing component there. Whereas, you're I know what's in these characters' heads, because I made them. So,
yeah.
Maybe they'll end up together, but not right now.
Yeah, kind of my aspiration for Grey Pollen is to make up a cast of extremely shippable characters and then do absolutely nothing about it.
Oh, the true Ace experience.
Yeah, I could definitely see people shipping Hellclaw and Hard Eyes, maybe. If they get to,
that one's illegal. They're siblings.
I know, but people are weird. But
yeah,
I don't mean it like that. I really don't mean it like that. It's just if you frame it as a longtime friend thing instead. I don't think I would ship it because they do seem more like sibling coded to me. But I understand. I'm not trying to be weird about it.
But you are succeeding.
Yeah. Not on purpose. Yeah. I have other guys, unless I want to hear if Quatre has any, though.
Yeah.
In terms of, my OCs, you can clearly see which ones I made before watching Haikyuu. And which ones I've made after watching Haikyuu. Because Kageyama Tobio and Oikawa Toru did things to my brain that are not fixable.
Let's go.
And
we love permanent brain damage.
Well,
I love making characters that are somehow really good at what they do. But also because of that, find themselves isolated because they are incapable of comprehending how other people experience their own passion. Because I think these are two very good characters, but they are incapable of normally communicating with another human being because they don't understand that people don't think about volleyball 24/7.
I think they might have volleyball autism.
They Kageyama definitely has autism. I don't know what Oikawa has. It's not autism, but it's something.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Kageyama and Hinata are the classic ADHD and autism duo found in many things.
Yeah.
They're both hyperfixated. Yeah, I don't know what Oikawa's mental illness is, but there's definitely something there.
Has narcissism, but also inferiority complex, imposter syndrome.
He has funny guy disease.
He's the funniest guy ever. This man consistently fails at most things, if not everything that he tries. And a lot of my guys consistently fail. and doing things and are kind of funny. But yeah, I definitely started going for the more really passionate characters after watching Haikyuu. Before Haikyuu, I just made Bakugo Gatsuki from Boku no Hero Academia. I hadn't seen it that yet, but that is how I can describe my pre-Haikyuu phase. I just made angry characters. And now I make very passionate characters that will get angry if you don't comprehend.
Guys that are just really high key.
They are high key. There's no off button on any of my characters.
Good.
That's a lie. Like, I make normal characters as well, but the ones that I'm very passionate about, you can tell that is a IQ character. They just have so many good guys.
Yeah, Haikyuu is full of guys. One of its many strengths.
It is full of guys.
It's guys and volleyball, that's pretty much all it is, and it nails both of them.
It does nail both of them. And I looked at that and I said, perfect. I'm gonna steal that. And then I did. I think the last 4 times I played a storytelling RPG, I either made Kageyama or Oikawa, and one time a Hinata-like character, and I was aware of it every single time.
Hell yeah.
Just how you do. Some people have Kingdom Hearts, some people have Haikyuu, and it's the same results.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, there's, like, trends, right? Like, there's archetypes that people use in media. And, like, they're both anime-influenced media, or just anime, literally, in general.
I would say Haikyuu is anime-influenced, yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm just a little shit today.
No, it's fine. I mean, speaking of anime, like, I guess I've already, like, I remembered that I already was, like, oh, I made a tiefling who is Seto Kaiba, but not. So, I guess there's that. Also.
Once upon a time, which is one of the first times I played D&D, I had to make a character, and I didn't know how to do that. But I had just read Les Miserables. So I made Enjolras as an RPG character. And whilst he did not survive being himself, I'm still quite happy with the character I ended up making based on that. Yeah, he ended up being a weird communist.
Great.
And by weird, I mean he failed at being a communist because of some wisdom saves that were very unfortunate.
Damn.
Wow. That's just how it is sometimes.
Stats not high enough to unionize.
That's not, yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Rip.
So I did try to make a canon character there, but the game itself said no fucking way.
Tried to seize the means of production, but D20 said no.
Can you believe that capitalism won D&D?
Fucked up.
Yeah, I can. Based on how D&D is run, yes.
Yeah. I shouldn't have been surprised. It was cursed from the beginning.
Yep.
I've got one that's a little more off the beaten path in terms of my interests.
Oh.
So King Shit, we all know this guy. She is one of my Grey Pollen characters. We all know her. If you don't, go back and listen to Grey Pollen episode.
We know her, we love her.
And actually, a pretty big influence on her was Kanamori from Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken.
God, that's so good.
Yeah, and Kanamori is the producer that works with the two artists. Yeah, and she's just kind of like the one who's not being ridiculous all the damn time, kind of the one who has to like keep both feet on the ground and be like, okay, y'all need to shut up and actually focus on making a goddamn anime. And yeah, she's just like the low energy character, like the practical and like level-headed character. And that's like very much King's role in the Grey Pollen cast. And also like there's also like a visual element too, because Kanamori has kind of like this permanent frowny face, and that's what I wanted to go for with King.
Oh, that's so good.
That's funny. I like that. Oh, man. That's one of those, like, oh, I should watch that kind of shows.
Yeah,
you know?
Keep Your Hands Off Azokin, really fucking good. Just
It's
a delight.
So I'm rewatching
Just a
it
treat.
right now, and it's still such a good show.
Hell yeah.
Oh, do you think you could guess who Lens is based on?
Ooh.
It's an anime. It's a pretty famous anime.
Is it one that you've talked about with us before?
I've talked about Lens, but I don't think I've specifically mentioned that I based him on. Very specific.
I'm thinking about Eyeball Guys, and I'm just
It's
like...
not an eyeball guy. There is actually an eyeball guy in this show, and I did not base him on it.
Interesting. Okay. My first thought is to like go to Full Metal Alchemist.
You're correct.
Because there's a bounty of eyeball guys in Full Metal Alchemist.
But I did not choose specifically an eyeball guy. I did not choose Pride.
It's not one of the eyeball guys. It's not Pride. It's not Homunculus. Ooh.
Who's the rudest character in that show?
The rudest character?
I don't know.
There's a lot of rude ones.
I feel like
Edward, pretty rude. Many would say that Mustang is rude.
I thought it was going to be obvious. Oh, that's sad. It's Envy.
Envy!
I thought you said it wasn't oh no, you said Greed. Oh my god, I misheard you somehow.
I said not Pride. Because Pride is the eyeball guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I was talking about Full Metal Alchemist, the manga, and the Brotherhood anime.
Yeah, I guess Envy isn't. Yeah, I guess Envy isn't really an eyeball guy, but he is definitely a big monster body horror. He has like
body horror.
Yeah,
he has a lot of body horror going on, and also, if he was capable of seeing all eyeballs, I think he would. This is a guy who takes everything anyone ever says to him as an insult, and gives back based on that. And I thought, that's great. I'm gonna make one of my OCs just that.
I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! Has maybe influenced my characters, though, also in other ways. Like, not just Seto Kaiba. Because I have guys inside of guys. And that's like...
Guys inside of guys, you say?
That's like the Yugi Yami special, you know?
Guys within guys.
It's guys all the way down.
Guys in your brain. Coming out. Because we got...
I'm sorry, I'm too juvenile for this podcast.
I'm not talking about it in a sexual way. Like, if I was, I would have straight up just said that, because I'm not ashamed of that. But no, I mean, yeah, I guess people do ship Yugi and Yami, so maybe that was a bad example. But, I'm talking about, because I never saw Venom. But I keep making Venom characters, you know? People are like, wait, how have you not seen Venom? You literally, what? Because Trouble is Venom coded. Quatre from my story with the with the Setokaiba Tiefling, the Polyship Roadtrip, like, they're kind of Venom coded. Like, I have all these characters that do that sort of thing.
You should watch Venom. It's very we rate queerbait.
What if Venom is just treble coded?
Maybe. Yeah, there we go. But it's because it's the combination of guy inside another guy, demon, and like weird mass of stuff, like shapeshifters, characters with like unimaginable forms. I mean, it's pretty obvious that I have a lot of like influence from like creepypasta stuff just from like growing up with that kind of thing on the internet, and like Slenderman characters ending up in my Eidolon game and stuff like that. Like, these characters have like influence, and I know they are influenced by other things that I'm sure like I'm just blanking on at the moment, but a lot of them are like weird, fathomless darkness guys.
Yeah, and, good shit.
Yeah, and like the parts of like the Magnus, like I haven't listened to all of the Magnus archives, but a lot of that has like influenced my characters too.
Mm-hmm. Also a little bit Full Metal Alchemist coded, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of, you know, Truth is a guy that's just kind of like some unfathomable darkness.
Oh, Truth
that's also what
such a good character.
Think of like characters inside of other characters, because I was like, isn't Envy inside of a guy?
You've got Greed, who's kind of a guy inside a guy.
Yeah, Greed is the one who does the little ooh. It will be inside of you, non-sexually.
Yes. So I do that, and I do unfathomable being creatures. Like, I feel like I was influenced a lot more by like O3, I guess, in that case. Just because I'm really bad at watching things now.
Yeah, understandable.
Honestly, same. I'm just rewatching things I've already seen.
You're valid.
You know what? I'm shocked by that I haven't made anything based on Fire Emblem.
Yeah?
That is actually bizarre, considering how normal I am about that game.
That's surprising, yeah.
You should make up one right now.
Just
no pressure.
Don't have one in me right now.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay, let's do some planning for down the road. If you were to make up an OC at a future date based on a Fire Emblem, who's your template? Who's your model?
Oh, that's a tough one. I would say it would either be Ferdinand von Ager or Casper, because they're the loudest ones, and I am in my loud character days. Can't even call it weeks anymore because I fluctuate so easily.
Your loud character.
Yeah, because Casper to me is that is a trans man. No one can convince me otherwise. Especially because I ship him with Hilde, who is a trans woman. And she's pink coded and he's blue coded, and together they make up the trans flag. So whomst am I but a simple prophet to say these things.
He's got that T-boy swag.
He's got that T-boy swag. But Ferdinand is Ferdinand. And I love... I can't even call him a himbo. Because I don't think he's that strong. He's just dumb and pretty.
Sometimes that's all you need.
It's actually, Caspar is also a little bit dumb and pretty. So maybe my next character should just be dumb and pretty.
Hell yeah.
Good shit.
That is good shit. Now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of characters in Fire Emblem could be described as dumb and pretty.
It's good traits.
It's what makes you become good at war, I guess. Because if I was smart, I would not get into the war.
So true.
So true. So fucking true. That's one of those, like, I know I'd like the game if I played it, but it's so long.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of things.
I could replay it right now. I love it so much. I would have to choose who to marry at the end of it again, but I'd get there.
Fucked up that they have a game full. They have such a large cast of characters, and you can only marry one per run.
Oh, so real. God. I deserve a polyamorous relationship with all of my classes. Sounds weird if I say it like that. Let me rephrase that. I would love to have a polyamorous relationship with all of my war mates that I went to horrifying battles with.
Yeah.
That sounds better, doesn't
that tracks.
Forged in fire type relationship, yeah.
Yeah. Except I recruited everyone. And I think they should also let me date my enemies.
Ooh.
So true.
Yeah, because you have to, like, pick a house, right?
Yeah. I have to pick a house. And I pick Edelgard, because it's Edelgard, but that means I either have to kill Claude or let him, like, escape and never see him again. And I have to kill Dimitri, who looks very hot, with one eye.
Damn. And you're like, well...
See, if I make a Fire Emblem character, I would simply not force them to make that choice.
So true. War is bad, guys.
War is bad. They should just let these kids fuck it out, and it would be perfect.
War is bad. Well, hot anime boy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of more characters of mine. Like, I feel like a lot of them are pretty obvious, or just like a lot of my tabletop characters are just based on me, but with like, more heightened character traits.
The best canon character is myself.
That's right.
That's so true.
I once had, like, when I was playing Sleepaway, one of the genders that I could choose was Lonely King.
Uh-huh.
And I saw that, and I said, well, I'm making Kageyama now.
Great.
So sometimes it's not even my fault that I end up making a Haikyuu.
Oh yeah, I also even gave, like, good guy with dark energy powers in my fucking... Oh my god. Speeding Bullets. One of the Speeding Bullets games we played.
So
it
true.
Was like, actually, two of them, because the one that was recorded for Sonic Hustle, they just have, like, dark energy powers. And then the one that we played, that Dan ran, my first character was just, like, a demon, I guess, which is different.
Yeah.
I feel like that's different. Like, my demon-coded characters are different than my dark energy-coded, characters. Because, like, the demon characters are more, like, influenced by, like, the way that anime uses the Bible, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So a lot of the way that they just kind of throw around, like, Christian symbols of, like, and stuff like Ava, and, like, Yu Yu Hakusho kind of does that. Like, I know a lot of it's actually just Japanese afterlife stuff, but, like, my little kid brain took, like, their afterlife stuff and, like, put it through the Western cheese grater and was like, oh, this is just heaven. That's just what it looks like, I think.
Nice.
I think a lot of, like, my characters, I like, more have Yu Yu Hakusho roots more than I think they do, because I just watched a lot of that show at a time when I don't have a lot of, like, memories of much else.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I look at them and I'm like, wait, I think this character has vibes. Like, if I'm making, like, a hot-headed guy, it's like, that's obviously, that's a use case. Like, that's...
Yeah. Man, yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho has, like, some all-time, like, this is just a character archetype, and it's really good.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about how funny it is that Ghost Game gave Kyoshiro the Hiei bandages.
Yeah. Because he's not Hiei.
He wants to be so badly.
My man
Good
wants
shit.
Hiei so badly, and he just can't.
Perfect little fail boy. I love him.
But that makes him better, you know, like, for what Ghost Game's doing. Like, he works better being a little fail idiot boy who's too smart and too dumb for his own good, you know?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
He's like, what if... Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some of that in Professor Vortex, for sure.
Yeah, I can see it, for sure.
God, I should have more characters who are just like a shitty little fail boy.
Does that mean Vortex would invest in crypto? Because we decided that Kishiro too.
Man, I don't think Vortex cares enough about money to invest in crypto.
I don't think she would, just based on like how that game went, but it's just funny to think about, and I wanted to curse you with that thought. That was really what it was for.
Fair enough.
What if your character invested in crypto?
What if they did it for the bit?
She would.
She would.
See, she wouldn't do it because she wants the money. She'd do it for the bit.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
They get you.
She might if it was like, oh, this is anime coin. Then she'd be like, oh, anime's real.
Mm-hmm.
And I can buy it. Or I guess that would be like a NFT of an anime boy. And then she realizes that she can't have it real. And it's just like a picture. And it will piss her off.
Yeah. What's the anime character NFT that Vortex would own?
Oh no. I feel like we kind of answered that when we were talking about
what her body pillow would be.
Yeah.
She would have a Yamcha NFT.
That'd be pretty good, honestly. I don't want one, but I get it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I almost would get it. If there wasn't all these other problems with it, I'd be like, well...
Yeah.
What if I could just own Yamcha? Not even a character people, care about very much.
Yeah. It was just really funny when he died in a crater.
I
Yeah.
have no context for that. Wild sentence.
Yeah. So, in Dragon Ball Z, a character who does not have a lot of powers like the other characters gets tossed into a crater and he looks like he's dead. And that became a meme.
I do remember this.
And his name is Yamcha. That's his name.
Oh my god, I forgot about Yamcha. I did see that.
I was like, even if you didn't see the show, you've probably seen that picture.
No, I've seen the
around.
show. That's the worst part of this. I just forgot.
That's what I'm saying. A guy that no one cares about.
I'm so sorry for proving your point just now. That was not intentional.
No, it was good. This is what I wanted.
Man, we were talking about speeding bullets earlier, and now I'm like trying to think, where the fuck did Pineapple the Squirrel come from? Where did my silly little guy with horrible nightmare power? What pop culture influence led to that just to be dormant in my brain?
The horrifying ordeal of being alive.
You know? True.
It felt like you were channeling, like, that mid-aughts, like, annoying little guy online vibe. Like something, like, not quite to the extent of this, but, like, almost like I could picture Pineapple being in, like, Happy Tree Friends, kind of.
Oh, no.
Or, like, yeah, just like that, like, mid-aughts, like, internet humor, like, oh, you know the annoying guy that everyone hated in this show? Well, what if he was evil, actually, and he was annoying on purpose?
You know, I don't think this is exactly the influence, but my mind did just go to Hamsar, just being like a weird, annoying guy with just like inexplicable dark powers. Not necessarily dark, but just like kind of like inexplicable reality warping shit, I guess.
Right, yeah. I feel like there were a bunch of those guys. Because there was also, it's funny, we were just talking about Scrappy Doo in, like, another Discord.
Mm-hmm.
But, people, like, hated him, and then people heard that, they were like, oh, they ended up hating him, so they ended up turning him into the bad guy in one of the live-action movies. And I'm like, that's kind of Pineapple vibes.
You know? Yeah.
He's like, what if your annoying brother character got, like, a magic wand of evil?
Yeah. What if just kind of this little guy you knew, was like the nightmare tulpa of a dead of a sleeping god?
I forgot about all that. What the fuck? Yeah, and I've like played like almost a shadow-like character. I feel like a lot of my angsty guys are more like Shadow and Riku vibes instead of like Sasuke vibes. Even though I feel like a lot of people our age would be like, "That's a Sasuke." I'd be like, "No, that's a Shadow. I made a Shadow with a hedgehog."
Yeah.
Which is very distinct from a Sasuke.
Yes and no. Like, I can understand where you get to Sasuke, but he's got a little bit more violent.
It's spicy Sasuke.
Yeah, there's like a different kind of violence there. And like a more like, I have amnesia and I'm sad, but also I'm angry, instead of a like, I'm angry and I don't like that I'm gay for my best friend, so I'm gonna be angry about it.
That still sounds like Sasuke, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. He's not. That's Sasuke. I was describing Sasuke with the second one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got super confused. I was just thinking that Shadow is Sasuke, but without the whole broader trauma.
Shadow is a lot better.
He's different
than Sasuke.
He has a lot of different trauma, and he's better.
Yeah.
Sasuke's just not a good person. Whereas, like, Shadow has problems, but in general, I would say...
Yeah, Shadow is willing to work through it and become a better person.
Yeah.
Sasuke will only ever become worse.
I think it's
he'll
wild
like
that you would say that Sasuke's not a good person when Safe for Work Sasuke exists.
You're so right. But he's also, that's like the younger version.
That's his one redeeming quality.
That's like the baby version of Sasuke. Also.
The one good thing he did is that he has a picture of him.
But he has a giant...
It's big enough to hide whatever you posted before it.
And you know what? Even though that was the original, you can replace it with Alolan Executor, and he's kind of redundant now. So
His one good thing, and it's not even special.
Yep.
He should meet Oikawa, because he could talk about that with Oikawa.
Riku and Shadow, they'll, like, atone for their problems. Sasuke, like, doesn't have to atone. And I know people are gonna, like, do we have Naruto fans listening? I have no idea, but they'll probably correct me, and that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that much of it. He just seems like not a good person.
That when we say it on this podcast, even if we're wrong, we're simply factually correct.
You're so right. I don't know why I doubted myself.
No, Sasuke just never stops being evil, even when he gets plenty of opportunities to.
Yeah, because he even marries a girl, even though he's gay, and that's just not okay.
That's so true.
That's so true.
That's why Ken married Miyako. That dark seed he's still got a little bit of that dark seed in him.
Oh no!
Oh my god! Oh,
I know it's called that, but I hate that.
We went off topic in the best possible way.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, before we end it up, are there any canon characters that you would like to base something on in the future? I already did it with Fire Emblem, but I would like to know if you guys have anything that you like. If the moment happens, I will make this kind of character.
Yeah, I wanna explore more shitty little failboy Kyoshiro type characters.
Wait, that's what I was gonna say. Fuck.
I want more characters who are bullied and deserve it.
We should all three make, and we get Izzy on it. We all four make one. And then we put them in the situation and we see if they all survive together or not.
We put them in a saw trap? Like,
we do put them in a saw trap. Just 4 Kyoshiros in a saw trap. What do you think?
Run by Jellymon.
Run by Jellymon,
I think,
exactly.
I think Jellymon would make a saw trap just for lols.
She would.
And put Kyoshiro in it.
She would.
Damn, what if I had made Kyoshu as, like, the familiar for interstitial?
I did suggest it. I put that out there as like, hey, here's a dumbass.
I forgot.
There's other interstitial games. I also had so much trouble choosing. There's so many characters I love.
I think I focused more on Jellymon instead of... I was like, I don't know if I can play Jellymon. I can definitely play Kyoshiro. I could be that kind of guy.
I could have played Jellymon for you.
Yeah. No, but I'm Kyle from Kyle XY.
Yeah. We were going to talk about this a little. We're starting a new interstitial campaign with Dan as the GM, and all of us are in it, including Izzy. Izzy's playing like a punished version of Whisper the Wolf, even more punished than Canon Whisper from IDW Sonic Comics. Morg, as stated, you're playing Kyle XY. I'm playing Mrs. Brisby from Secret of Nim, and I'm playing her regular size, so she's going to be a tiny little mouse surrounded by normal characters.
Yeah, we're like mostly human-sized characters.
There's going to be a size difference element to this character. Don't worry about it.
The only one that's not is Wolf, is Whisper, who's still bigger than you by quite a bit.
I think that might mean that I'm playing the tallest character. Because Oikawa is a volleyball player.
Yes.
So he is on the tall side for a human.
Gumshoe might be tall.
Yeah, I'm not sure how tall Dick Gumshoe is. Patrick's
I'm gonna look up them legal sizes. I was typing legal size, so Dick Gumshoe.
Legal size. But yeah, Kyle's not that tall. He's just he's remarkable, but he's also like not remarkably tall, you know?
I feel like you should mention that you're not just playing Kyle
I did. I did, even though Emory didn't. I said, I'm playing Kyle from Kyle XY, so the podcast, more so than the actual show, which I've only seen, like, maybe an episode of, but I listened to all of Kyle XY from Noisepace.
Okay, I just googled it. Oikawa is 184.3 centimeters.
Yeah, he's taller.
And Dick Gumshoe is 182.
I'm on the same page as you are. My man's tall. So you're like tall. Like girl voice twirling some hair around the finger. God, what a man. I love him. My favorite thing about being an Oikawa fan is that I have a cosplay of him. So I can cosplay Oikawa whilst I'm playing him. But two, sometimes people walk up to me and they're like, I hate Oikawa. And I go, cool, clearly I do not.
I did not ask you, but okay, thanks.
Yeah, when someone says that, you just gotta be like, good, thank you, he sucks.
Yeah.
I love him,
He sucks and I love him, yeah.
They hate that. They hate when you're like, yeah, I know, he's the worst, I love him.
But we can talk more about those characters when we play them more.
When we've actually played, and
we've only done session 0 at this point, so there's much to emerge about these characters. The version of Frisbee I'm playing is like post events of the movie. She gained access to like the remains of Nicodemus's library, so I am playing her as the mystic, even though she's only ever done magic once in her life and probably doesn't want to do it again.
That's a choice. You're gonna force her through some character development, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Who knows what I'm gonna do with Kyle? But since we talked about Kyle and Kyle XY, we should maybe wrap it up and talk about how this is a podcast on Noisepace, just like Kyle XY.
That was so smooth. I am honestly awestruck.
Thank you.
Kyle XY, excellent podcast. Love to listen to it.
Good podcast.
Very good.
There's a lot of other good ones on there, including Sonic Hustle. As for like where you can find me, you can find this podcast at check out this guy on Tumblr. And Blue Sky technically co-host is dead. Long live co-host. You can find me also on Tumblr at Haunting the Morg.
You can find me on a podcast called We Rate Queerbait, where you can hear more about canon characters who we think are gay. And I'm also on an audio drama pilot called The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine. New episodes 2025. Let's go, baby!
Woo, yeah.
I'm also on For Affinity with the username Space Robot.
You can find me on Tumblr, mattfromcouchin.tumblr.com. I've grown a bit bored of Instagram at the moment, so find me on our Discord, I guess.
Yeah, find us all on our Discord. We're all there.
All the hosts are in the Check Out This Guy Discord, in case you didn't know that.
Our guests, too, if you want to talk to them, for the most part, Anna.
I think that's an episode. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired, it turns out.
Yeah.
I did too many things on one day.
We're all dying.
And now I need an 8-hour nap.
We're
Me
dying.
too.
We need naps. We're gonna go.
Bye.
Bye.